Welcome, everybody, to another exciting adventure in Tal'dorei Fields of Wonder. We're at episode 19 here, y'all, and we're getting down to it here. This is the penultimate episode of this portion of the campaign. I think, we'll see where things get to, but it's very, very exciting. I can't wait to share with you all and the players about what's going on. Um, Before we kick off here, let's do some player introductions. Okay, let's start out with Jacob. Why don't you kick us off this time?
All right, sounds good. Hey, everybody. My name is Jacob Blick, Duval King Jacob, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere you can find me. Co-founded this wonderful channel here. Thanks for being here. Tonight, as per usual, I'm playing Sonamon Garrus. He uses he/they pronouns. He is a Herringun wildfire druid, and he's
Right.
got a fire corgi named Archie. What's up?
No, I was going to kick it over to Alex next.
Oh,
Hello, everybody. My name is Alex, or Ziva RPG, in the Twitter and Twitch spheres. I'll be playing Hosen Sunhelm, the Runite Fighter. Wow, words. And Rogue multiclass. Pronouns are he/him for both myself and for Hosen. Happy to be here.
All right, Rain, how about you?
Good evening. I am Rain. I'm going to be playing Big Mama Mocha. She is a female stout halfling druid, Circle of the Swamp. I think she's awesome. And she is going as she, her, and hangry pronouns.
did you say hangry?
Hangry.
Amazing.
And Smitty.
Hey, folks. Smitty, he, him. I will be playing a Kenku Life cleric, pronouns they, them, by the name of Second.
I love them so much.
Okay, cool. And I am your dungeon master, the master of dungeons and all that is happening outside of dungeons. Generally, dungeons it's more of a metaphor, I think, for sort of what I have produced, I suppose, here. So yeah, just understand that dungeon is not very specific. We'll say that. Now, before we kick off, as always, we like to thank our artists. You've got Happy Capster, Maria did our overlays, and thank you very much to them for that. And then Gremlin Art did the character art. Gremlin Art did the character art for these fantastic characters, which you will see on that actual overlay. And then Ungent, like Ungent, nice. And then here in a little bit, you're going to see the intro, which was produced by none other than So Many Games, who did both the intro and the promos that we've used here. Let's see what else. Do we have any announcements, Jacob?
Yeah. So Arkenhold University, episode 4, will go live right here on the Amphitheater on Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's actually going to be the school that I created for April's character. So really, really excited to show that off. If you're, for the uninitiated, it is this multiversal school of ridiculousness, and each of us created a school for another one of the characters. So we've been revealing a lot of that stuff, like Robo did mine 2 weeks ago, which was pretty amazing. And it's been a really cool show. So if you need to catch up, episodes 1 through 3 are on our YouTube channel, along with all 18 of Tal'dorei Fields of Wonder and all the other shows that we've done. So that's number 1. Number 2, it is currently TTRPG GIF Awards season, everyone. Between now and the 31st of March, you can nominate your favorite shows for awards such as Most Evil GM, the cast that rules like family, podcast that rules like family, most feels moment, the one shot, most silly moment, most badass moment. So if you are thinking about nominating the show here on the Amphitheater, you should totally do that. And if you're like, dude, I don't know where to go to do that, I got your back, dude. I got your back. If I spelled the thing right, which I might not have. Nope, I did. Go me. So just dropped it over there in the chat for your perusal. And going for I've been nominated 7 times. I would like to win. So I'm competitive as shit. So let's go.
Hell yeah.
That's all
All
the
right.
announcements for me.
All right, fantastic. And as always, our Discord is open, posting a link for that into the chat. And I think that's it. I think it's time to venture out into the external dungeon that I have created, which will, I mean, soon become internal once you go inside of the structure that you currently see in front of you. But there is rarely a strong differentiation between internal and external, especially when danger lurks around every single corner. Anyway, all right, welcome back. Now let's hop into the recap so we can kick this off here. So in the previous episode, way back 2 weeks ago, the party had just left Westrun in relative safety. They gathered their strength and made the more or less uneventful journey into the Cliffkeep Mountains. However, during the journey, Hosen discovered more about what his father was doing, and more importantly, that he was still alive, at least as of the most recent journal entry. They also discovered more about the magical items that they had picked up inside that mansion, and instead of using one of the charges of that skipping stone for teleportation, they just kind of walked the whole way. But upon reaching the base of the mountain and seeing that the mountains were covered in this permanent cloud cover, despite the winds that were up there, they did end up skipping up to the top of the mountain as far as they could with that stone. There they looked down and saw 2 plateaus that they passed on the way up. But now that they're above it, they had a clearer view onto what they were. One was a huge field of purple flowers, similar to those flowers that Hosen has been searching for. But there was a dark circle in the middle of it. And the other was this desolate field, described in Hosen's father's Grail diary as the Killing Fields. And seeing this, they ended up investigating, finding 2 apprentices of some sort harvesting some of these flowers inside of that dark circle, which ended up just being these dead flowers. Sneaking past them, they saw that the Killing Fields were further down the mountain, maybe an hour's journey. And finding that out, Second decided that they'd come and visit that when they came back down the mountain after what they did inside. And then the party decided to go back up the mountain. They came to the cliffside that second, quote unquote, flew down before going to Western. And after wild shaping into apes, Cinnabon and Big Mama carried Hosen and Second right to the edge of the cliffside where they could see the tower standing quietly in front of them. And that's where we're going to pick up tonight, with basically the four of you grasping onto the edge of the cliff, poking your heads up in ape form. Well, at least two of you. So what would you like to do?
Peer and take a look around.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you make? You can all make perception checks.
Let's see.
Percepciones.
Ooh,
Yeah.
not great.
Rough. 10 and a 9.
Let's see.
The
14.
altitude sickness. It's just
21.
Right. So second, having been here before, you are able to recognize that that this is pretty much exactly as you left it when you came down. There is that path that leads down kind of directly away from you as you're looking at the tower, and the door on the tower right now is completely quiet. There does not appear to be anybody that is kind of walking around in this area, but with a 21 and your current remembrance of what was going on previously, you remember that there was another entity that was at least aware of your surroundings when you left. And high up into the sky, you can see that there is a little black bird circling around.
I'll motion to the group and point upwards.
At this point, you can all see it.
Is that a friendly friend? No? No. All right. Ooh. Does the bird seem like it notices us, or is it just circling?
Let's see. I would say that it would constitute a nature check.
Cool. 12.
Noise.
Okay, with a 12, you can see it more or less circling without any purpose. Just seems to be aimlessly circling at the moment.
Gotcha.
Are we still hanging, or are we on the path now?
You tell me.
Oh, we were still like on
Yeah.
the.
Yeah.
That's what I assumed.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm good with that. Ape Cinnabon will kind of like point at second and then like motion for like pick up, put down. And so I'll put second down on the
Okay.
in front.
Second, your feet are the first feet that land on top of the cliffside.
And then I will carefully begin to follow up.
Okay. All right. Cinnabon, you're next. Second and Cinnabon are up.
Big
Aw.
Mama glances over at Hosen and just gives like thumbs up, thumbs down.
I give a thumbs up.
Okay, and she just yeets him off her back.
Okay.
Not really. I'm just kidding. I'm totally
Okay.
kidding.
It feels like, all right, I need to roll
that's
some
one way.
things. That's a
That-
strategy.
She will, she will assist him to go ahead and get on safely onto the ledge.
No problem. Perfect. All right. So all four of you now are on the ledge. I'll say that you're no more than 5 feet away from it, right? So like I don't assume that anybody is making any approach at the moment.
Right.
Is it like, 'cause I know it's like obviously like super. Oh, my mic's being Oh my god, super cold. Is it like currently like in like a flurry of snow, or is it all like kind of settled?
So there is, I would not say that there's snow, but it
Hmm.
is kind of like a chilly wind at
Okay.
the moment.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and just so you know, like there's not really any grass here. It's all pretty rocky as
Got
well.
it.
But it is, you know, the difference between the rocks you're currently standing on and the rocks that constitute the path that goes up, those are more like small pebbles, and the rocks that you're on at the moment are kind of these big boulders. Um, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna use a bonus action to cancel my wild shape and
Okay.
Kami.
Big Mama's still gonna hold hers for a bit.
And then hold off for now. And kind of trying to use the wind as sort of cover for speaking. Right. So we see our friend up there. What do you want to? How do we want to make our way inside? Seems like unless there's another way in that we might know about. You know, it's odd. All this time we've been fairly careful, hiding, stealthing away. I'm not saying it's a good idea, but part of me just wants to knock on the door.
Thinking something similar.
Really?
One idea I had was we can kind of scope out to see if there's another way in. And when we feel like we're ready,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just want to be the distraction. I was thinking about myself knocking on the door saying, Elliot Morrow, I'm just here to talk. I want answers because that's what I really want. Offer up, sword, arms, walk inside, provide enough distraction so you all can sneak in, find out what's going on. I don't know after that what that would be, but just if part of me wants answers, part of me if those blue mages were right and they're trying to redo what they started back in Shadeborough, we gotta. I mean, part of me was thinking, this mage was super powerful at controlling people, right? And these
Certainly.
flowers are inhibiting memories of this place. With enough flowers and enough of his power, he was able to command a bunch of mages to do his bidding. What can he do with more power, with more flowers? What else can he control? Maybe we just knock on the door and just say, hello, we're here to stop you. Or do we try to sneak in, or do we want a distraction?
On top of the fact that when you think about it, he sort of owes us one. We did save him.
True. I don't know.
That's assuming he's an honorable bloke, but
True.
I could go 50-50. Well, I suppose we should, either way, see if there's another area to get in, and then make a decision from there.
Do a little lap.
Sounds good.
Question. So, Big Mama, she's still in her form. How much longer do we have in the wild shape? I know we've been in it for a while, scaling up.
Yeah.
I think I had said you were in it for an hour.
Yeah, so 2 more hours.
That feels right. So I think your wild shape at this point should be something like 2 at least.
Mhm.
So you've got some time.
Okay. So besides like the big doors, how does like the rest of the structure around the doors look?
Interesting. Okay, so the tower itself, outside of these doors, is kind of these large cobblestones that have been layered on top of each other. You are probably about 500 feet away, so beyond that, it'll be difficult to see. But it does extend up probably about 150 feet up into the air, and then it looks like there are these parapets that are at the top there. If that makes sense. Right? Did I use the right word? Parapets, these kind of like castle-y shapes at the top that kind of go like this.
Or towards something? Yeah.
Yeah,
Close enough.
Like castle teeth.
Now I get it.
The top of the rook and
Better
chest.
name. Yeah, I like that. I like that name better.
Castle Teeth is brilliant.
Castle Teeth is the name of my new band. Actually, dropping the EP soon.
Oh man.
All right. Dang. Okay.
Weird
So-
ape noises.
I know. Mama like bangs on her chest to get y'all attention.
Mm.
And then she'll like close her hands and go like this, and then she points up, and then she holds up one. Does anybody get that?
You're saying you want to throw one of us up there.
No.
Second,
Just
thank
I get what
God.
you're saying. but
I
you
like
can't-
that idea.
can't-
Let's go for
Who
it.
has
No.
who has the teleportation stone? You do.
Big Mama does.
I'll walk over to you and I'll pull it out of your bag that's still attached to you.
That was so
Yeah,
funny.
it's like in my little
And
fanny
I'll-
pack.
I'll point to that and look at you.
Yeah, we could.
So glad that.
And she
that-
makes
that-
those like those happy ape noises and like points up.
I was only an ape 30 seconds ago, and I didn't put that together. So thank heavens for the rest of you. All right.
I like
So
that,
then, that's the second use, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Start at the top. Sneak
Work
our
our way
in.
down.
Are we Drake now? Like started from the bottom, now we're here.
Bill, do you
Start from
need-
the top? Now you're at the
need-
bottom.
Bill, do you need 10 minutes to fix everything you did because you weren't expecting us to do this with the second use?
No,
You good?
no, I'm just a little bit nervous. That's all.
Cool.
Cool.
And that means we go.
We'll begin at the end.
I
So
hate-
do we need the battle map is what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I literally,
Close
I
that
asked. He's like,
window.
"No, I don't think you guys need it," but I can't tell you why. And then, yeah, here we are.
Okay. So that's what we're doing. We're doing the skipping stone last charge, all four of you to the top of the tower, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Doing
So
it.
make-
Send it.
All right.
Don't think about it. Just do it.
Yep.
All right.
Doing it.
So she
We're
gathers.
playing
all the
D&D.
boys
We're
in her
playing D&D.
and then just like presses it like a detonator.
That might be actually true.
Going up to the castle teeth, please.
I would
It's
like
actually
to save
the
my
tower has
game
been
first.
the tower has been built around a volcano and it's just circling like lava at the top of it.
It's
We
like
have a
very
Wile E. Coyote
bearable.
moment.
Very King Bowser. Very King Bowser, actually.
We have a Wile E. Coyote moment where we all just stand still, freeze frame for a second, and then drop.
It just says YOLO.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So as I mentioned before, the skipping stone has, this one last stripe going through the middle of it.
Mhm.
And Big Mama, as you speak the command word on this, which remind me what it is?
Up.
Up. That's right.
How's that sound in ape form? Oh, excuse you. A burp?
You can see that the band that is around this circle starts to dissipate into this light. And now that all four of you, and I assume you are following teleportation magic rules, you're in contact somehow.
Sure.
And this band starts to surround you, and you start to feel sorry, Smitty, if this is a little bit too real, but a little bit nauseous. And then you are immediately transported 500 feet off towards where the tower is, and then 150 feet up in the air. As I mentioned before, the 150 feet is the height that I said with my mouth. And
Next time, say it with your butt.
Once you get up there, for a couple of split seconds, you expect to be standing on solid earth.
Oh no! Here we go.
Oh no!
But then all of a sudden, you realize that interacting with the stone of this tower renders the illusion of it completely inert.
No.
And you start to tumble.
Okay.
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 Wait, where's the flying squirrel? Hold on.
Do we see?
Hold on.
Can we see where we're headed now that the illusion is gone, or are we just falling
Correct.
through? Okay.
Now what you see as you look down is that the door, similar to the Shade Burrow, is attached to a single stone monolith. And it appears, knowing what you knew about the Shade Burrow, that the tower is not on top. It is going down into the earth. So you're about to land on top of maybe a 20-foot tall like stone monolith, of which that door was the entranceway into. So quick maths, that is 130 feet that you're going to fall down on top of the monolith.
13d6. Good to know.
Well, I mean, you do have some time to do stuff.
Oh no, I'm doing stuff. First question. Quick glance as we fall. Do I see any plants?
I would say no. I specifically established there is just rocks around.
Doesn't mean those rocks don't have roots underneath them.
But you wouldn't be able to see them underneath the rocks.
That don't mean they don't exist, Bill.
Oh, I'm sorry. You specifically said, "Do I see any plants?"
That's true. I'm in desperation panic mode, so thus my questions don't make sense.
I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah, fair enough.
In terms of your vision,
All right.
the answer is
Totally
no.
cool.
But in terms of
I'm down.
extant plants, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, you never know. Okay.
All right. So, we're like plummeting. Okay. So I would like to cast Water Walk. So it would turn the snow into some sort of like slide.
Okay.
If I can.
I like the idea here. However, reading the description of Water Walk,
Oh, I don't manipulate it. I just basically can just move across it.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Let's
believe
see.
shape water is what you might be thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally am. And I actually decided not to use supplement.
Oh my god.
Oh, please. Okay.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I've got a thing.
Go for it.
Learning so much stuff.
All right.
I will cast Enhance Ability on myself,
Okay.
using Eagle Splendor to give myself advantage on charisma checks.
Okay.
I will then remember that I cast Featherfall earlier today.
And Featherfall is what, like a level 1?
Level 1.
Okay. So by rules of the Ring of Remembrance,
Yeah.
you must make a charisma save of 10 plus the difficulty or the spell level. So
I think it's 12, not to hurt myself. I think it's 12 plus the.
Oh, okay. So it'll be 13 is your DC.
Can I give the
do
help
with-
action by saying like, "Hey, remember that
You don't
one
even.
time?"
You don't even need to.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Oh, those
Yeah,
are good.
good
Good
lord.
rolls.
Wait.
All right. As you bluff your ring that you cast Featherfall before, this kind of what color? Greenish gas fills into this ring that now it believes that you have cast Featherfall before, and the four of you are able to how many? 5 falling creatures
yep.
within range.
Jesus, really? I thought it was 1. Oh my
Nope.
god. I was freaking
I was
out
gonna
still.
entangle the rest of y'all. Like, hopefully something.
All right. So, Smitty, describe what this looks like as this is all happening.
We begin to fall, and you see Second close their eyes, squinting really hard, cast the Eagle Splendor, and you start to see the sort of vestigial wings on Second's back start to grow a little bit with Eagle Splendor, and then kind of like squeezes his eyes and his hands shut at once, and full on feathers, like spectral feathers, bloom out of Second's back, encapsulate everyone, and the speed begins to slow. A Second says, "The Everlight guides and protects those who seek to help others."
And the
So
four of
good.
you float softly down to the ground.
So good. So good.
Big Mama just goes over to Second very gently and just like pats him on the shoulder, just because she just had a huge oopsie moment.
Where are we now? Looking around at our surroundings, what do we see?
Yeah, so I assume that you're not being affected by the wind, right? Like this is high school physics rules. We're ignoring air resistance. And so you basically float down essentially on top of that monolith. So you're now about, I think I said 10 feet or 20 feet off the ground, on top of this kind of big rocky mass. You have dispelled essentially the illusion at the moment. And as you are kind of taking a survey, I would assume that some of you are looking up into the sky. You can see that the bird is taking a keen interest in your current activities and is starting to come down.
Is it like doing like
It's not a dive. It's very like slow,
yeah.
gentle spiral down towards you.
How close is it to us?
It's pretty high up there, so it's going to take some time to get down to you.
Okay.
We hide.
Sorry. No, I'm still in shock.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Nothing should surprise me anymore, really, at this point with us. At all, ever. Thank you, Second. That was, as always, amazing. In the meantime, as far as our visitor, should we wait for them to arrive, or should we see about Plan ZB, which is just not on the door?
Is the door still the only entrance now we see in this monolith? It's just monolith plus door.
That's right. Yeah, and in fact, it looks almost identical to the Shade Burrow entrance.
A little bit closer.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do we have to land on top of the monolith? Can we choose to float down to where the door is?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm gonna that's fine.
Just knock.
Second, we'll very cautiously go up to the monolith and just touch it to make sure it's real.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and it feels very cold to the touch.
Can Big Mama go up and try the door handles, or at least one of them, and to like gently pull or push it open, however it opens?
Yeah. It opens towards you. You pull it, and it opens pretty easily. It is a heavy door, right? But you're still in 8
Mhm.
form, if I
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
right. So
Mhm.
it is. You recognize it as a heavy door in your 8 form, but it is no struggle for you to open it.
All right, so she pushes it open and looks at y'all like
Almost as
she
if we were
actually
invited.
gestures towards Hosen, as in like, by all means.
Jose takes a deep breath and steps in.
So Hosen and Big Mama, since you're kind of the first ones there, you recognize that also similar to the Shade Burrow, now that you have opened up this door, there is a strange feeling that emanates from inside of it. It's both the unnatural coldness that you had that you remember from the Shade Burrow, much more so than even the air outside. But it is kind of this stink of death, this feeling of unease, and you realize that this is a dangerous place.
Jose draws his sword, draws a rapier, keeps a lookout, and walks in deeper.
And DM, I'm sorry, I actually don't know this. Can I cast spells in wild shape?
No, you cannot. Typically, they
Okay.
require a verbal component, and the verbal component pretty much excludes you from being able to cast it.
Absolutely. So she's going to go ahead and then drop her wild shape
All right.
and cast Pass Without a Trace.
Good. I like it.
As that's happening, there's a flash of fiery light as I use my second wall shape to summon Archie.
All right.
And away from everyone, because otherwise you're taking damage. Because it lights up like an big ember. And well, after all that, I suppose we should get to it.
Second, we'll look up at the eagle as they walk in, knowing that the mage knows they're coming. Step in.
As you step in second, because you're last, right? Cinnabon, you're already in.
I'd probably go last, honestly.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So second, since you're specifically looking at the eagle as it's kind of descending, you can see that with the momentum that your party now has going inside, you can see that the slow descent of the eagle has paused, and then it's going back up. And then all of you going in. Cinnabon, you're last?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So here's what you see inside. Inside is a small room that is more a vestibule than anything. And what it is these wide stairs leading down. It is kind of dark, especially coming from the outside. It takes a couple seconds for your eyes to adjust. But then after a couple of moments, you realize that it is not entirely dark. In fact, there are these bluish hues that are lighting up the room that is down below.
And Cinnamon will hold the door and quietly close it.
Fantastic. Since we did a pass without trace, let's get a stealth check.
Cool.
Fuck
I'm
yeah.
gonna go ahead and put in my cloak. Yes, guys.
Okay.
1d6.
My disadvantage gave me a natural 1, but
Nice.
can I use my halfling?
You absolutely can. Yep.
Okay. Do I just roll just once, like one more die, or do I roll like 2 more die again?
I'd say go for 2.
Another natural. Anyway, that gives me D. Wait, so it's 1 plus.
I think you can
10.
still re-roll though. I don't think you
It
have to
only
take a second.
allows. What?
What's that?
I think
You
I think if you still have the 1, I think you can re-roll that, right?
It's both times it was a 1. So just do it again?
I think so.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
All right. Ooh, that's lovely.
That's
Okay.
better.
And 17 plus 2 is 19, 29.
Okay.
Is that what
And-
the score was? Yeah,
Yeah.
29.
And I saw second, you got a 15 plus 10, 25. Hosen, as always, ridiculous. And Cinnabon, what was yours?
31.
All right. Now, so we're gonna leave it at that, but just reading your lucky, it says that if you roll a 1, you can re-roll, but must use the new roll.
Gotcha.
So I think you only get it once, but
Okay.
that's fine. Let's
Okay.
just do that for future.
Cool.
Okay.
My bad.
Otherwise, it would have been like, what, just 12? Okay.
All right. So, yeah, you all are stealthed. What would you like to do? What's your marching order? How's this going down?
Is there another door like at the end of this vestibule or?
No. So it's just the stairs down that you see at the moment.
Okay.
You can't see what's at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay. Anything on the walls?
No, just similar to Shadeborough, just kind of this very smooth stone. That's pretty much it.
Taking kind of the cue from Shadebro, I think Hosen, all stealthed up, kind of leads a group down to the stairs, and when we get some kind of clearing, can take the first look.
Okay. All right.
Hold up, Husband Hydra. Thanks for the raid.
Hello.
All right. So here is what you see, Hosen, at the bottom of this. You see a number of things. So first, there is a door directly opposite the stairway. This is a relatively decent sized room. It's probably about 20 feet square. And there are items on the left and the right. On the left-hand side, you see shelving. Lots and lots of wooden shelving drilled into the stone walls. And on the shelving are small bits of mason jars that are closed. They have the caps closed and mason jars up there. There's something inside of every one of them, but as of right now, you're a little bit too far and not necessarily paying close enough attention to figure out what those things are. On the right-hand side, you see some sort of apparatus that has this kind of hopper on top. And there's this giant crank on the side of the hopper, and then it kind of feeds down into a bit of a funnel, And then underneath, there is this large ceramic-looking bowl. Standing at the opposite end of the room, in front of that door, is the last thing that you see. And the last thing that you see is something I don't think you've ever experienced before or seen. So it's difficult for you to kind of wrap your head around what this actually is, but it seems to be some kind of humanoid figure that does not possess skin. It's almost as though there's these blue streaks going through their arms that are not skin. It is this glowing blue gas, and you can see that this gas is kind of off gassing, I suppose, and creating this kind of gaseous atmosphere around it. Sorry.
We're looking at Neptune. Got it.
And covering a lot of the majority of where these like blue streaks are inside of their arms, and it actually goes down into their torso. You can see that they have some armor on. And as you look down their torso, you see that there are no legs. This appears to be something floating, and the propulsion by which it is floating seems to be this gas that is offloading. Now, it is currently holding on to a massive halberd and standing there, not moving, completely still.
Interesting. I take note all of this. I kind of relay it to my compatriots. Gaseous form thing. Apparatus, look like a sausage maker of some sort. Bunch of mason jars. That's all I really got. This being guarding the door has a halberd. Looks like it's guarding something in that room or whatever's behind that door.
Right. You mentioned shelves, right?
Yes, there's like mason jars on top of shelves, bunch of little knickknacks, but couldn't see what's inside them.
No books or anything?
Not that I saw, just mason jars.
All right.
Because I did such a shit job describing it, I put a screenshot of this thing inside of our Discord, inside of the Fields of Wonder channel. So if you want, you can check us out on Discord. There.
It looks way more badass than I thought you were describing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, when you said sausage maker, I was like, I'm not doing a great job here. I gotta give you a better visual.
It's all interpretation at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Hosen, how distraction-y are you feeling now?
Oh, I'm more than happy to do distraction.
All right. Is it that armor you mentioned? Did it look like it was made of metal?
Looked like it, yeah.
I think I can help with the distraction.
Sounds good.
So the question is distraction or not? Do we push past them? Do we try and dispose of this entity?
Let's see if the distraction works. We still got this stealth mode activated.
We've improvised before.
We can push back, and push past, or push back if they fight back.
How far away from us is it? If I start to creep down a little bit? You're muted, I think.
I am. So the room is 20 feet, and so it is 20 feet away from the base of the stairs.
Gotcha. All right. You let me know when you want me to try and light it up.
Go for it.
And where is that? There it is. Yeah, plenty of movement. So as I make an eye on it, is it just the halberd that appears metal, or does the actual armor on itself appear metal now that I have visual?
This is a gift to you, my friend.
Because I've only been asking for it for 19 episodes.
That's right. It is metal armor.
I
sure.
figured it might be. Thank you very much. And yeah, he'll take a small piece of iron, and his left hand will ignite with fire, and he'll place them together and cast heat metal.
Okay. So this is a Constitution saving throw, correct?
Yep. If you're holding or wearing the object, yes, indeed. But I don't think you. Well, I mean, if you can drop the armor that you're wearing, considering what the entity looks like, it's certainly a possibility, I guess. But first things first, when I cast a spell, 4 points of fire damage.
Wait, to the creature?
Mm-hmm. Because the object begins to glow red hot.
Ah, okay. So it. All right. So
The con save is for it to drop the object if it can. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of my next turn.
Got it. All right. Perfect. All right. So you said 4 fire damage?
I did.
Okay. I think we should probably roll for initiative.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Let's go.
Ooh, terrible. It was fine because that's what I got a surprise round. So
Sweet 16.
19.
9.
9.
9.
That's a solid 10 for Cinnabon.
Okay. All right. Okay, not bad. All right. Okay, so we are going to switch music to something a bit more dangerous.
More music, a bit more
A
battle.
little bit more spicy.
Go.
And then we are going to jump right into it, starting out with Hosen at the top, followed by Big Mama.
Oh. Big gulp.
Perfect, just like we planned. Right?
Mhm.
Oh, actually, I forgot. Bill, add another, because when she's out, add another 3 points of fire damage to that.
Said 3?
Yep, another 3, so total of 7.
All right. All right, Hosen, what would you like to do?
Alrighty. Does this thing look like it's agitated about this heat metal situation?
Question.
Or is it just staying in there?
It's annoyed.
Annoyed?
Yeah, annoyed.
I will take annoyed. I'm going to run up to this creature. And I'm just gonna take some swings at it. Let's just
Okay.
see what happens.
Sure.
I'm gonna take 2 attacks because I can finally do that now.
Outstanding.
First hit is an 11. That's probably not gonna hit.
Correct. That does not hit.
Second hit is a 15.
Also does not hit.
Cool. just pings off the armor of rapier. Rapier is not very effective against metal. Just takes a step back, and I'm gonna be right up in this dude's grill. I'm just gonna stay there.
All right, Hosen is within melee range of this thing. Big Mama, you are up next. What would you like to do?
All right, so she's gonna go ahead and drop Pass Without a Trace. So that way she can go ahead and cast Moonbeam over that blue gaseous figure.
Okay.
And how far is that figure from like us, well, the rest of us besides Hosen?
So I'm assuming the three of you besides Hosen are still at the base of the stairs. So I'm giving you the full 20 feet of range.
Yep.
Okay. Trying to see if I should go left or right. She'll go right. Is that where you said that's where like the hopper and the ceramic bowl is?
Correct.
She'll go over to, can she get behind that? But not, I don't want to be within 30 feet. of that
That's
thing, if I
impossible.
can.
Yeah, you cannot.
Oh, it's only 20, it's a 20-foot room.
Correct.
Yep.
Cool. So she's gonna be within like 10 feet, I'm assuming?
If you move forward, yes, you'll be within 10 feet.
That's a glaive. Doesn't that thing have reach?
It looks pretty big.
Pretty big.
All right, she'll be 15 feet over there.
Okay.
She'll just go, I guess, like 5 feet diagonally.
All right. Sounds good. Okay, so here is what is that all you would like to do, Big Mama?
Yes.
Okay. So Batty is up next, followed by Cinnabon, then second. And so the Batty is going to is actually going to bystep you, Hosen.
Oh,
So if you'd like to, you can do an opportunity attack.
cool. Yeah, why not? 22.
That'll hit. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 7 damage.
Okay. All right, I dig it. And he walks right up to you, Cinnabon. Takes this pole arm and is going to swing at you.
Okay.
He does it once for a 24.
That'll hit.
He does it another time for a 12,
Nope.
and then a third time.
Oh, 3 attacks.
Oof,
Nope.
that is 15.
Nope.
All right. So hitting you once, he then realizes that this heat metal is probably bothering him a bit too much.
Oh, that
And-
reminds me. You have disadvantage. So roll again.
Oh, shoot. All right. So the first one was a 16. Oh, man. All right. Okay. Fair enough.
Oh, let's go.
So 3 complete
No.
swings, completely missing. And then, frustrated now, you could see that he kind of takes his polearm, claps it in his hands like this, and you could see that the gas, this mist that is emanating from inside of his armor, starts to grow and then grow more. And it takes up 10 feet around him. And
Does it
then
engulf me?
it does engulf you, yes. And then it starts to take shape. This mist. And out of that mist becomes this almost a battalion of additional creatures that are being manifested out of the mist that came out of the center of this guy's body. So a couple things about this is
A battalion in a 20-foot room. Please do tell. I love this.
So
I'm terrified.
the soldiers fill a 10-foot cube centered on the center of this thing.
Okay, when you said battalion, I'm like, that, like, several, like, a lot of numbers? Okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
keep,
like a
keep
legion.
explaining. Sorry, I'm interrupting. Go. You go ahead.
And moving through this area is difficult terrain.
Okay.
And that's it.
Nice.
Cinnamon, you're up next. You are face to face with this thing.
First things first, as he's looking around, considering where it emanated from, he's going to squeeze on the incantation of heat metal, and it takes another 10 points of fire damage
Okay.
as my bonus action. Let's see, and then for my action, let's see. Oh yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And then I will just reach. Is anyone else within 15 feet of me?
I think second is right next to you still.
But he's behind me, right?
Correct.
But in front
I
of
would
me.
say Big Mama is probably within 15 feet since she wanted to not be super close. So I think she's 10 feet to the side.
Okay.
Hosen is 20 feet away from you.
Okay. I'm trying to think about what the size of this cone, this 15-foot cone emanating from me. So I think it might barely miss Big Mama Mocha if she's 10 feet out. Because if it's like 5, 10, 15, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I want to make sure I don't hit her. Oh, jeez. I don't even know what just happened. Oh, thanks, Buzz. Buzz gave out a couple subs. Thanks, Buzz. You the rock
Nice.
star.
Oh, yeah.
In the meanwhile, as his hands kind of fan out, excuse me, I need you to be away from me right now. And I'm gonna cast Burning Hands, and just large tunnel of fire come like all around this area, and I need dex saves from all the bad guys.
Okay. All right. So deck save, let's do it. That's not going to do it. 11.
Nope.
Yep. Okay.
So in that case, I rolled really well. 12, 17, 21 points of fire damage.
Whoa.
That's 46. I rolled 2 6s, a 5, and a 4.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. Wildfire spirits are the best. Get that extra die. Action, bonus action. He's gonna stand his ground.
Okay. Smart. All right. So we go to second, and then we go to the top of the order with Hosen next.
In looking around the room, did we notice any open jars?
Why don't you do a perception check?
Hmm. 13.
With a 13, they all appear to be completely closed.
Okay. I will run towards the shelves.
Yeah.
Shelves,
Okay.
and see what I see of the shelves that are the glass jars that are on the shelves.
Okay. Make a. Let's see. Maybe either a nature or a history check.
Nope. 5.
What you see inside is some sort of small living creature. You don't really know what it is. You've never seen anything like this before. It appears as though it is something completely otherworldly. Small, maybe 6 inches tall, and flying. Somewhat humanoid, strangely enough. But it is what is within every single one of these.
Same
And
thing.
same thing in maybe, let's call it 100 mason jars. Now, there is one thing that you do recognize about these creatures is that the same effect that had happened to Cinnabon's parents has happened to these creatures. They look drained, they look completely emaciated, and they are all dead.
Dead.
Damn.
Yeah, if I can do anything else. I don't know. Tell me. Can I
would say-
speak?
Yeah, so I would say that you've done. That's probably a bonus action. So if you still want to do an action, you can.
Is the gaseous form visible, or is it just like
It's
can I is there a semblance of a being there anymore, or is it just
it still retains its original shape. It just
Okay.
produced more of that smoke, that
Yeah.
mist to fill up this space. But it still remains at the center of this thing.
okay? I will run go in front of it if I can and just say, "Are you okay?"
You get nothing but stony silence back at you.
That's my turn.
All right. We go to the top of the order. Hosen, you're next, followed by Big Mama.
Alrighty. Seeing all this commotion, what do I want to do here? I think Jose wants to. I'm gonna run in. It's attacking Cinnabon. I want to go up and try to take some swings at the
Okay.
ghastly form there.
Sounds good.
Do 26 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it. Wow.
The first one, that is 8 damage. Second one is just a 10. That one's gonna miss.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely gonna miss.
Rapier just pierces right underneath the armor.
Okay. Yeah, so I will say that, having made this connection with your rapier, you kind of expected there to be a bit more damage to be done. It seems to be not any more than annoyed at what you have just done to it.
Gotcha. I think after that, that was 20 feet of movement to move up into combat.
So, and then it was 10 through the difficult terrain. So
makes
to get
sense.
up close to it, you would be out of movement.
Cool. Sounds good. I'm gonna stay right up in this grill.
Okay. All right. So just to recap, we've got Cinnabon, Hosen, and Second all real close to this thing.
Yeah.
Cool. Big Mama, what are you doing?
Can she go ahead and pull the moonbeam over?
As a bonus action, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So we'll do that.
Hey.
And that takes into effect if it's still there by the next turn, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Cool. All right. That's what bonus action. And my action. I guess I cast that.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry.
Oh.
It is an action, not a bonus action
Cool.
to move it.
No problem. We'll keep that as an action. I was looking at bonus actions anyway. So I want to take, which seems so like itty bitty. Can she take a pebble from somewhere around? Or pebble, stone.
Yeah, why not? Sure. I mean, it's
Cool.
it's kind of an old dungeon-esque
Jeez, you
area.
didn't sweep the floor today?
She's gonna just rub it as a worry stone. No, can she? I just want to use the cantrip magic stone, and
Absolutely.
go ahead and simply go ahead and try to ting like hit the creature with that.
So No problem. I believe you need to use an action to throw it.
Oh.
So you can definitely like imbue the magic so that they're ready
View it
for next
as it-
turn.
Yeah, I'm about that life.
Get ready for it.
Yeah, let's do
Spell's about to
that.
be cray. Y'all ain't ready.
Announcing the move before it happens.
Yep.
Like,
Babe
she's
Ruth.
already ready.
Calling
Just-
shot. Just
Doing some
like
warm
I'm
up
playing
throws, you know?
billiards.
Yeah, just all right. Warm up
You
the
know,
arm.
smoke a gin, corner pocket. All right.
Exactly.
So that's what she's gonna have. She's not gonna move anywhere. Since she is near the pot or the ceramic pot that you said, in the time that she has, is she able to look or notice anything with it in the time that's left?
Sure. Why don't you do? And you're looking specifically inside the bowl or inside the hopper?
The bowl.
Okay.
Yeah, the
So
bowl. I think that was like lowest.
yeah, that's fine. So roll a perception check.
Right. 8.
Yeah, I think there's too much going on. You don't get
Yeah.
a good sense of what's in there.
Oh, this wafty blueness. Cool. Well, thus endeth Big Mama's turn.
Okay.
Decisions.
Yeah. Ooh, man.
Is that a nervous?
Back.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, it's just I'm not sure what to do.
You know
but-
what? Send me the slap block. I'll take a look.
Yeah. I think
Share your screen.
I think it's the best thing to do is to continue making these polearm attacks.
Love that.
Question is, how much HP does this have? Because you know
Actually,
that kind of
That can really determine.
Yeah, I appreciate. Oh, so that's a nat 20, but I have disadvantage,
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Cool.
which I got a 4 on.
Fuck
Love
yeah, let's go.
Christ, killing me. That's a
OMG.
2. I got nothing. All right, so this is not working the way I expected. And another nat 20.
Another
but
canceled nat 20. Good God.
Let's
Seven.
go.
So
Oh
that's a
my
15.
God.
Cinnabon, that's a 15, right? So that
Negative.
doesn't hit you.
No, it does not.
Cinnamon would have down by now.
Yeah, shithole. All right.
Maybe.
All right. Next turn, I gotta change tactics. This is not working the way I wanted it to. All right, he's going to. Let's see. I have no more actions left. Shithole. I think I'm just gonna move to the other side of Cinnabon.
Okay.
So now I'm basically on the stairs with all of you on the other side of me,
But still
Um,
within 5 feet.
but still within 5 feet, right? Hosen, you do get an opportunity attack since I kind of am out of your range now.
Nice. 19 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Cool. 10 damage.
Okay. All right. Perfect. We will go to you, Cinnabon, now.
All right. What's up?
Forgive me. Second, you also have an opportunity attack, but I didn't offer it to you, and that was on me. So I now offer you that opportunity attack.
I'm good. Thank you.
Cool.
Right. Also, since it starts its turn under Moonbeam, can it take damage?
Yes, it can. I need a con save, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. Big Mama, you gotta. I gotta remember that better. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So 13, 16.
Ah, shit, minus 14.
Okay. All right.
So
So I only
you
take half, right?
only take half of the 2d10 I'm about to roll.
All right. And it's radiant damage, right?
Yeah. So 11, 10, 5.
All right. All right. Sounds good. As this moonbeam kind of it strikes this gaseous form, and some of the mist just kind of radiates out and then dissipates out into the air. Cinnabon, since you're directly looking at it and you have been most of this fight, you recognize that the density of the mist is a lot less dense as it was before.
Certainly. So, the as always, the words of Second echoing in his mind. We can stop if you want to. What matters more than anything else is the truth. You can choose to be in the way of the truth or not. And he says this in Common, Celestial, Druidic, and Sylvan.
Okay. All right. If you say that, he will get out of his fighting stance and then move the halberd up vertically, put his hands on it, and then begin floating back towards the door. But I realize we're playing a little bit fast and loose with combat rules, so that's what is going to happen.
Sure.
But you still have your full turn.
As he spins around, or they spin around, are you going to continue to block that door?
There's no voice, but it does continue to move.
I'm going to start walking towards it.
Okay.
Really difficult terrain. Yeah.
Point of order. The extra gas has dissipated.
Okay, so not difficult terrain. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. So it's not difficult terrain anymore.
Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna try to walk through it towards the door.
Okay. It has beaten you to the door.
Totally.
And it stands there in front of it.
I try to open the door.
It lowers its halberd back into fighting position.
All right. Bonus action, heat metal.
Right back into it.
With a sense of sadness. 12 points of fire damage.
12?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then that's a bonus action. Damn. Why didn't you just get the fuck out the way? And the heat metal and the components in his right hand. A tome of flame appears in the left. Produce flame.
All right. Is that a dex save?
Nope. It's a 22 to hit.
Oh. That's what you rolled, 22?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, that'll do it.
Jesus. 15 points fire damage.
All right. Okay. Okay.
You can still remove yourself from the situation. Longer than 6 seconds of talking, but felt appropriate to wrap it up. And he once again stands his ground.
Yeah, there's nothing indicating that they're going to move. And now we go to second. What are you up to?
There was a burst of sort of cautious happiness from second when Cinnabon spoke to the creature, and it lowered its weapon and moved back to the door. And second is now just horrified by what Cinnabon has done after the creature showed that it could be reasoned with. Second will move towards the creature. While moving towards the creature, do I see any bindings on the creature, anything that might indicate it is there against its will?
Ooh. What? That's a great question. Let me figure out what role that would be. I think that would be maybe Arcana.
That would have changed
Yeah,
everything.
I think Arcana would be the right one. You don't see any bindings, let's say.
14.
Okay. So there is some magical force that is, and I think you probably piece this together given your experience with the League of Miracles at this point, and given the strangely blue hue of this gas, and you think that there is some sort of magical what's it called? Like mandate that has been placed upon this creature as it relates to this particular door.
Second will reach up with his hand, touch the creature's heated chest. So I'll take the damage. And closing my eyes to try and feel where the mandate might be, I'll cast the spell magic.
Interesting. All right, so I'm just going to give you a D4 of damage here. That's so I rolled max, so that's 4 damage from touching this thing. Now, help me. You're trying to locate where the essence of this magic is, so that you can then dispel it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting. Roll insight with advantage, please.
$11.
Okay. Even with an 11, you see that there's really only one extremely dense portion of this mist, and it is right underneath the helmet that it currently is wearing. The rest of it seems to be emanating from this helmet, whether it's down to propel it up or out to the arms to grab onto the halberd and whatnot. But that really is the source of where this thing is.
With one hand on the chest, I'll reach up and I'll cup its face in my other hand and cast a spell magic.
Okay. All right, go ahead. And this is some powerful magic here. So I think let's call it a DC of 15. No, I'm sorry. Let's call it 16.
This is going to be +4.
Okay.
$21.
Nice. Incredible.
Nice.
Let's make things more complicated. Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay.
So down.
I'm very interested in this. So let's play this out.
Yeah.
So second, you kind of put your hand out to cup the chin or the face of this creature, and in so doing, it looks at you with these dark blue eyes, and and for a moment, it almost appears as though there's an understanding. And then you cast the spell, and as you cast it, there's this pain that you feel, not from your hands touching the heat metal, not from inside of you, but from inside the creature. Something emotionally heavy. And as you cast Dispel Magic, the eyes widen, and then the pain just kind of goes away. You don't feel that pain anymore, and the mist starts to dissipate and kind of starts to fall down through the superheated metal, and it lands on the floor like this liquid of smoke, and reaches out on the floor, kind of goes past your feet. Cinnabon, you're right there too. It kind of goes in between your feet as well, and then for a brief second, the that superheated metal remains standing in the air, and then ka-chunk falls down to the ground, and that creature is no more. And we're going to go out of combat. And in fact, I think this is a really good spot for us to take a break here.
Oh,
heavy
boy.
stuff.
Oh, man.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Side-eye second is going to give Cinnabon this entire
Oh,
rest.
no. It's going to hurt so bad. I hate it.
Oh man, no, I love it, but
That's
I'm
so
not
good.
I don't have to deal with the aftermath. Y'all do. Okay. So we're gonna take about a 10-minute break. We'll come back at about 9:45, 9:46 Eastern, and we'll catch up after that. All right, everybody, see you in a bit.
More emotional damage on the way.
All right, welcome back, everybody. After the kind of first little foray into this mini dungeon we've got going on here. Battle over. The entry guardian destroyed, and now, just to give a recap, there are these kind of mason jars on the left-hand side. There is this hopper with a ceramic bowl, and then there is the door. That's, I think, right now, Cinnabon and Second, you're more or less standing right next to.
Yep.
Big Mama, you're still kind of back towards the entryway. Hosen, you also are right next to the stairs as well. So just to kind of level set where locations are. All right, what would you like to do?
So as Second puts a hand on it, and essentially it pops and like clink, 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 clink. He'll drop concentration on heat metal. Oh, that was something.
Yeah, that was something all right. And Big Mama dispels out her moonbeam as well. Make sure that goes away.
No.
Hojin sheathes his rapier, kind of dusts himself off a little bit, goes, "Great work, everybody. Solid job. All right, let's keep going." And kind of heads towards the door. Just wants to get into the next room.
One second here.
Oh,
Not
sorry.
not second, but one moment.
Oh, sorry.
What is this room? What is this room, y'all?
Yeah, I guess we could take a second to look around. I think Hosen goes over to the big apparatus and takes a closer look at it.
Sure. Why don't you make an investigation check?
Let's go.
Both of us are just him.
Well, only because he said that he was doing it. But if you would like to, you can do it as well.
I'm still
While
trying to figure out the jar, the bowl. That's it.
Yeah, while you are doing that, Cinnabon, since you are basically right next to them, only through your body language, Smitty, did I understand that you're probably looking at Second having a bit of a moment.
Oh yeah. Yeah, right before Big Mama Mocha said anything, Sunbun called out the second. Second? Muted.
You're muted.
Second just spins his hand around towards Cinnabon, the flesh and feathers on it just charred with the heat metal.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. No.
All right. We did try to communicate with it. I was going to continue to try.
Truth is important.
Was that a comma or a period?
Second turns and walks away.
Someone leans down and picks up one of the pieces of metal.
For what it's worth, it's plate armor.
Yep. Mm-hmm. heavy.
Yes.
He just kind of says, like, kind of above a mumble, "What's the difference between what you did and what I did?" And then he'll
Does
call out a
anybody hear
second,
him?
and then he'll call out a second, saying it. "What was the difference between what I did and what you did?"
A violent hand is an unjust hand.
Was what you did not violent?
No.
Was it mercy? I was on my way to mercy.
I don't believe you.
I think like he like almost like loses his hand on his staff. All right. And he'll turn towards the mason jars. Look around.
All right.
I got an 8 on the check for the apparatus. So I think Hosen just ignoring what's going on behind him because
Sure.
I have no idea what this is. Um,
Yeah, Big Mama's got like her hands on her hips. It's like I can't make heads or tails of this.
Big Mama, what did you get for investigation?
Oh, well, let me tell you as I roll. 8 as well.
let's go.
Tis the season.
Spectacular. So listen, you're not gonna decipher the meaning of this thing, but what I will tell you is that there is this hopper on top, and I think Hosen, probably because you're looking at the hopper while Big Mama's looking at the bowl, you can tell that there is some sort of purple residue inside of this hopper. And the smell is exactly what you expect it to smell like.
Gotcha.
Big Mama, the bottom of the bowl at the bottom has this almost dark purplish bluish paste in it. You can tell that somebody tried to scoop out all of it, but missed some of it. And so there is some of this like very familiarly colored bluish paste inside of it. You spent long enough with Hosen. You just fought this other creature. But there is a color difference. I'm sorry, a color similarity between the color of this paste and the stuff that you've seen Hosen show as tattoos and the gas that was just in this creature.
Yeah. Hosen,
Yes.
you think we should probably take a little bit of this? Maybe just a little bit of it. Scoop it up.
Sure. Why not?
Right. So, can Big Mama open up her herbalism kit, have like a spare little flask, take out her silicone spatula, and scoop up a bit? You seem like you're muted.
We have established that silicone specialists do not exist in this world, but what we will say is you can grab a little bit with let's say a dagger or something like that. You can get a little bit more of that in there. Put it right inside your herbalism kit. Now,
So
I will say roll, let's do this. This will be fun. Roll a dexterity save.
Oh shit.
dexterity save.
Yeah, dexterity save.
Dirty 20.
Hey.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Nice. The dice are good for you.
Yeah, you actually don't, as you're doing this, you don't get any of it on your skin. And that's the end of that. That was fun, wasn't it? Okay.
That was gonna be my question, actually. What happens if she tried to drink it?
Please don't.
Up to you.
Nah. No, because I wasn't going to. It's like I already had stoppered it and whatnot, but it was going to be a question. Posey, you want to hold on to this?
Sure. Absolutely. Grab the vial, put it in my pocket.
Okay, sounds good.
I dip my finger in and lick it. No, I'm just joking.
Just rubbing your gums.
Put it in my pocket.
All right, fantastic. Anything else you'd like to do vis-a-vis the apparatus?
No.
All right. Cinnabon, let's go over to you. You said you were starting with the mason jars. Is that still where you want to go?
That's where I'll start.
Okay. I mean, this takes no rolls whatsoever. You know exactly what these are. These were creatures that during your travels, your nomadic lifestyle, they were a symbol of fun and being carefree inside of the Feywood forests. They would wake up in the mornings with you, kind of dance around and flip in the moonlight as it transitioned into the morning. And it was a symbol of normalcy. These were the fairies of the Feywild. And you know that there are more still remaining, but this was a significant number of their population that is now currently sitting on the shelf. And every single one of them crumpled into a tiny mess at the bottom of these mason jars, sealed tightly.
And you said like there was like 100 jars.
That's right.
Just shakes his head with anger from earlier getting to rise in his belly. And he'll look over at second. Put out a hand and cast Healing Word at first level. 7 points of healing.
At second?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the damage that you took on your paw, I suppose, from the heat metal is negated.
I believe I knew these ones. They kind of like scanning with his eyes and kind of maneuvering down the row. I might have been friends with some of these, if not all of them.
Second takes out a like a handkerchief. Begins to pop the tops on jars and lay the tiny bodies inside the handkerchief.
Sonneman will join if he's allowed to be in that space. And will continue to do so as well. He actually has a blanket in his traveling pack, and he'll start to place them down as well.
I don't know. I don't know how exactly big these are. If one handkerchief will take it, do it, or a bigger.
Considering it's 100, I assumed a blanket would be more.
Are they like mosquito size? Or are they like?
They're considered small creatures.
So they're pretty big.
Your Big Mama will walk over, with the most utmost respect at what Cinnabon and Second are doing. Like, well, I declare, that is something sad. Cinnabon, these are friends of yours, huh?
I don't know, but I did know a lot of them.
How would you lay them to rest?
If I could, I'd have them join my parents.
I would gladly help.
Same here.
Did you need any help right now with your blanket?
I don't think so. Unless I'm running out of room, Bill.
Let's just say for efficiency purposes, the materials that you currently have is sufficient.
Got it. And he'll try to make sure to have space for all of them. I think I've run out of tears.
So Big Mama starts looking around. All right, so I'm trying to piece a couple things together. Faye, right? And she points over at the jars.
Yes, certainly.
And then she points at Hosen, like his, the tattoos, of course, gesturing with the jar. And of course, glancing over at like the pottery or the bowl and goes, that seem right to you? You smelling what I'm stepping in?
I think so.
Possibly, yeah. Possibly using the flowers plus Feywild magic to.
I think I read
really
something
quick-
called like a
Really
mutation.
quick interruption here. Producer note. Rain, can you rejoin the meet? Because you're not in here.
Oh dear.
Thanks.
You're talking about the hold up. What is this? Okay, I will do that. Give me a minute.
Sure. Sorry.
Yeah, how in the world did it actually leave? Coming in hot.
All right.
There we go.
My pronouns in there.
Cool.
Thanks. Sorry about that. Please continue.
Yeah, so all she was mainly asking was, are you smelling what I'm stepping in?
I believe so. If anything, it's just
Why?
confirmation of what we assumed.
They want to use a magic to.
It was about the life energy, if I recall.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can smell it in the air.
All right.
All too familiar.
It's a thought. Are my tattoos? Feels like rolls up the sleeves a little bit. I don't really want to think about it. Kind of shakes his arms a little bit, thinking of the thought of his tattoos being ink from dead Fey creatures. A combination of Fey blood and these flowers. Kind of shakes off that idea for a second and takes a deep breath. We should try to stop whatever they're trying to do here.
And what's stopping? Do you feel to be done with speech? Only?
I have a few ideas. To be honest, if we confront if the Yeti and the Golden Mage are here, thought about what I would do. I want to stop them, but give them a chance. Which is weird to think about, knowing everything that they've done. But I don't know about you all, but if they decide to do this again, I'm going to do everything in my power to stop them again. I'm not going to rest until they change their ways or die trying. But also, looking over at the mason jars, there is a lot of loss of life because of these, because of the League of Miracles. So I don't
This
know.
isn't a miracle at all.
No.
This is an abomination.
Agreed. So I don't know.
I said, let's go party crashing.
So, Hosen, are we still keeping that promise to each other?
Yes.
That's all I need to know.
What promise was that?
I won't kill the Yeti.
And I won't kill the mage.
Should we go into the next room?
Cinnamon opens the door.
By all means. Putting on my war paint.
Okay, Cinnabon, you're first. What's the marching order after that?
I'll go second.
I'll go third.
I will wait 10 seconds, 15 seconds, stare up the stairs on the way out of the monolith. We'll follow after them.
Ooh, that was a heavy pause, my dude. All right. So
Loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Cinnabon, here's what you see in the next room. You see a pretty long extension of a room. It's might be 60 feet deep. And on the right and the left, you see these kind of like circular columns. And after a couple of seconds, you realize they're not just columns. They are tanks of some sort. Tanks that are full with some sort of liquid. And that liquid has a very familiar color to it, this bluish thing. But beyond that, I would say, let's just put a round number on it. Let's call it, there's 12, 6 on each side as it goes out to the 60 feet depth. Towards the back, you see a couple of things. There's a table that is wooden, and it is maybe about 6 feet by 4 feet, and on top of that table there appears to be some sort of figure that is latched onto that table. There is a figure that is standing by its side, and you could see that there are some sort of gesticulations happening with that person's hands, and you could see that the some of the liquid that is inside of these vats that are alongside is kind of coalescing and condensing into some sort of cloud inside the top of the room, and is moving slowly over towards the top of the room, right above where this person is gesticulating, and it is coalescing, and you could see that it is starting to form a little bit of a mini tornado as it comes down and is affecting the person that is lying on the table. After a couple of seconds, you realize that the person that is standing there, you've seen them before. This is the bald mage that you saw inside of Shade Barrel. Standing between you and the table, right? So at where the feet of the person on the table would be, but with their back towards you, kind of overseeing this operation, you see a very large, a very shirtless man that has a sword kind of attached to the back of their there's like a big strap, and they've got it back there, Conan the Barbarian style, kind of on a little bit of a dais behind the table. On the other side of the table from where you're currently standing, you see another figure, and this one is wearing golden robes and appears to be overseeing this operation. As you come in, Cinnabon, you hear a conversation happening. And the conversation kind of goes a little something like this.
Piano music starts playing.
All right. Ganondorf fight, let's go.
The voice is a voice that I think only you second have heard. And it is the voice of the golden cloaked figure who says, "You know, Brandon, we didn't have to have this end this way. You know, we've had such a long relationship, and I'm sorry it has to end like this. But honestly, it's if you think about it, it's a bit ironic that it." And then, Cinnabon, you come into the room, and the voice stops for a second and then says, "Oh, we have visitors." And then, Hosen, since you're second, he says, "Oh, this got even more interesting." What do you do?
Before anybody does anything, second steps into the room and sees this, they reach their hands up and kind of place their hands. If everyone's close enough, they will try and get all three of them with touching with their two hands, and we'll just whisper, "We have to be careful, and we have to be better," and we'll cast aid on everybody for 5 extra hit points.
Oh, I always hate when it's me that he's talking, that he's using a line against me. No, I love it so much.
Hosen.
And then second cast fireball, never know.
tenseness is removed via fireball.
Hosen is just standing there stunned.
Now, before you continue, Hosen, just wanna make sure that the mention of the name Brandon. Okay, good.
That
All right, cool.
that's my father, everybody.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Huh.
Just wanted to make sure.
Oh.
That's what that was my assumption. Yep.
Okay.
It's been a while since we've written our backstories, so sometimes
Yeah.
it's
It's
just good to
fine.
make sure that it's right.
It's fine.
It took me an embarrassing long time to realize until you were like, "Oh yeah, dear friend," and just being like, "Oh, Hosen." Hosen unsheathes his sword, stands up front.
Cinnabon will put a hand right where the hilt is.
Mm-hmm.
A promise is a promise. And then
Point of order, as this is has been interrupted, the Yeti turns around as well and unsheathes his sword, but not in a threatening way. Just sort of puts it in front of him, hands on top of the hilt, point to the ground.
And they're
Did
all
I-
kind of like standing like side by side by side.
So no, geographically, it would be, let's just call it 40 feet in front of you is where Yeti is standing.
Yep.
45 feet is where the mind mage is standing, and continuing on their gesticulations with a mini tornado of blue stuff going into Hosen's father, Brandon.
Yep.
And then I would say,
Oh, Brandon's on the table. Okay.
yeah,
I missed
correct.
that.
Brandon's on the table,
Right.
and let's call it 50 feet at the head of the table. That's where Elliot Morrow is currently standing. So they're all within about 10 feet of each other, but in a more linear fashion, only with the mind mage kind of a little bit ajar, just because he's on the side of the table. Now, I think it's also important to note that the width of this room is roughly about 40 feet. And that's to the walls. And so there is 10 feet on either side, which are these vats. So you've got 20 feet of corridor leading to the 40 feet of where the Yeti is. Does that help?
Mhm.
How far behind Elliot Moreau is the back wall of the chamber?
Another 5 feet. So now you recognize why I don't have a battle map, because I couldn't find something that met
So
what I
cool.
wanted.
We like Microsoft
You're-
Paint that,
You're,
you know.
you're
Yes,
adorable.
sorry,
okay.
Che and Peku, you do amazing work,
You-
but not
You
specific
just
enough.
not
for
enough.
this.
I needed a
particular map.
commission, and you ran out of time. No.
I look to the group.
Cinnabon is in mid stride forward.
Here come the party crashes.
I'm going after my father. I want to get him out. Can you cover me?
Of course.
All right. I'm going to throw up my hood and just dash, try to hide, like bonus action hide, go behind the the giant tub things, and just try to beeline straight for the for the table.
Okay. I don't think it's useful yet to get into initiative order,
Sure.
but I just want to be conscious of action economy somewhat.
Threatening things.
Yeah.
Well, no, I just mean in terms of dashing, hiding, running, I just want to be a little bit careful of that. So let's do a stealth check first.
Cool.
I assume Pass Without Trace is no longer active.
Right.
As he puts his hand, his hood up, I'll cast guidance on Hosen.
Okay.
Cool. Is dirty 20 plus guidance D4?
Pretty good.
That is a 4 for 24 total. Now, basically, I just want to get as close to the table as possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
All right.
Cinnabon is starting to walk forward towards the table and says, "It has been some time. We would really like this not to escalate into bloodshed. There's been plenty of that already. And last I checked, we spared your lives before. So, maybe we just take a moment and discuss."
Okay.
And
So
there's a quiver in his voice because he is like hit like so many emotions and just like he's trying to like hold like firm, but
um would you say that it's fear or anger
it's
or a
anger.
mix between the two? Anger.
Probably
Okay.
both. Probably both. I think in his mind it's he's done the fear a lot, and
Okay.
it's probably 85-15.
All right. Okay, so let's resolve Hosen first. So Hosen, while this is happening, I imagine that you are using some of the shadows between the vats as a way to approach. So let's
Yeah.
just in our mind canon, let's put you along, like, I don't know, the left side of the wall
Yeah.
as you're charging up. Second, Big Mama, are you doing anything as Cinnabon is kind of in a measured way moving forward? And Hosen, as far as you know, is kind of
I'm
doing
off.
something else. Yeah.
What are the vats made out of?
Glass.
Okay. Um, Second will move to one side and stand with their back against that. And wait to see what the response to Cinnabon is.
Okay. And Big Mama, what are you doing?
She's gonna wait and just see who makes the first like aggressive. She's gonna wait. She gonna wait.
Okay. Okay. So here is how this kind of resolves. Um, Instead of just saying the golden cloak, I'm just going to say Elliot. So Elliot starts to put his hands behind his back and pace over to one side, and he says, I don't remember being saved at all. And you can see that the one that is currently like moving his hands in the air looks over, and you could looks over at Elliot, and Elliot kind of makes gesture to continue the procedure, and he continues back. And he says, but it's no matter. I don't think we really need to do any fighting here today. In fact, I think we're pretty much all done. Um, I'm very much appreciative of you trying to check and balance the power of the League of Miracles. It's important for the citizens of Tal'dorei to have that impact, that that visibility into our operations, and I think it's valuable. Thank you, by the way. And you could tell that he is just kind of pacing back and forth without really any threats, and he says, "Oh, by the way," um, and he looks at you, Big Mama, and says, "I owe you and your family a really great debt of gratitude. This is what made this whole thing possible. It's the knowledge that we gained in talking with your auntie has been incalculable. So please make sure that you understand that when this is all said and done, you will have a special seat.
Where?
In the New World Order, of course. Now, continuing to pace, he says, This is important that you understand this, that yes, our methods might be strange. They might be, um, let's call it not traditional, but the goal is solid. You know, the mission of the League of Miracles has always been and continues to be to provide safety, support, infrastructure, progression, everything that the continent of Tal'dorei needs to succeed. And
Shouldn't the citizens then get a vote in that? Shouldn't my parents, shouldn't Hosen's father get a vote in that matter? Before you non consensually take their life essence away from them?
that's the problem. That right there is the problem. That people feel as though they get a vote. Yes.
Then what are the checks and balances you referring to?
Well, unless you couldn't tell, I was being facetious and a bit sarcastic.
He was shaking with fury at that.
You see, this is the problem with the Republic, is that they defer to people who don't know any better. They don't know the benefits that could be bestowed upon them. They don't know the possibilities. What they do know is mud, starvation, poverty. They
All of your resources, you couldn't simply teach. You're a fool.
well, giant shit ass grin goes across his face. He says, in a way, we have taught. Now, I want to break there, Hosen. We've been chatting for a while.
Perfect. That's
Yep.
that's all I wanted.
That is a cue.
Yeah,
All right.
so you are right wherever you want to be, as he's saying, you know, in a way, we have the opportunity to teach.
I'm going to break out of the shadows, go straight for the mage that is doing the spell around my father. And I'm going to take some swings at him.
Okay. Does it make let's see. Should we No, you know what? No, let's not get into initiative. Why don't you use this as a surprise round?
Cool.
That sounds fair.
I'm going to take 2 attacks.
Please.
24 to hit
Nice.
Yeah,
and 17 to hit.
both of them.
I'm going to use my fire rune on one of those attacks.
Do it.
They need to make a DC 13 strength saving throw or be restrained.
Okay. 18 plus a bunch.
Cool. Sounds good, but they still get 2d6 fire damage on this.
Okay.
On this one, so I'll roll that real quick. 2d6. On this one. While that is rolling, I'm going to action surge. I'm going to
Okay.
take 2 more attacks.
All right.
First, let me actually roll the damage for the 2 attacks first. 7 fire damage. 14 piercing damage. plus 1 sneak attack damage if
Damn.
surprised.
Yeah.
24. And then 11 piercing damage for the second attack.
Nice.
And I'm going to take 2 more swings. My goal is to break his concentration on whatever spell he's casting on my father.
Okay.
I'm going to take 2 more swings.
Not my passion.
Shut up.
20 to hit
Yep.
and 16 to hit.
Yep.
Cool. 10 damage and another 10 damage. Basically,
Go ahead.
basically, what I want to do is I want to just pop out of the shadows, go rapier right against the ankles, go up, slash against the chest. If I see that this mage is about to die, I want to see if I could take that last hit and knock him unconscious, do a non-lethal blow. But I go full out. Fire rages. For the first time, you've seen glows of the fire runes happen. This is appearing outside of the armor. It is bursting through as he takes his flame sword across this mage. Hopefully to break the concentration. Hosen stands there over I don't know how the mage's condition is, but just after this attack, looks at the golden mage and goes, "Oh, it's time for a lesson? Then let's teach you a lesson."
Okay. Love it. Let's go step by step here.
Yeah.
Lot happened.
So Hosen slides underneath the table and gets, as you're going, you slice open the feet of this mage, rise up, and then kind of 1-2 punch on this thing, and you realize that he's starting to crumble. And as you do so, instead of poking it with the front, you just do a pistol whip, and the mage collapses. And as you do this, you see that this little blue tornado is going down into your father's open mouth. And as the casting of this spell kind of dissipates, you then see it start to the mist that is being coalesced and brought down start to dissipate as well, and his eyes open up, and you could tell that there is some deep, terrible pain inside of his eyes, and the eyes are completely covered in this blue color. And as he uses these little black pupils inside of those eyes to look directly into your eyes as you are looking down at him, he calls to you and says, "Hosen, no, run!" And as he says, "Hosen, run," Elliot Morrow says, "Interesting. This is fascinating." And he claps his hands together in front of him. And then he says, something in another language that, Hosen, you definitely don't know. But it sounds like some sort of incantation. And Hosen, I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh boy, here we go. Fuck.
Okay.
Shit.
12.
All right. With a 12, you look down at your father and you start to have your eyes, your eyesight blurs a little bit. It turns almost this bluish color as you are looking out now, and you start to feel that the tattoos that are across your entire body are starting to tingle or maybe burn a little bit. You're not sure what the sensation is. You've never had it before. Even when you've cast spells using those tattoos, you're not sure what's going on here, but it is definitely unnerving. And then all of a sudden you remember why you're there. You look up at Elliot and you look with passion, with aggression. And then in some way that aggression fades, that passion just kind of subsides. And for a brief moment, you are at peace until you recognize that there is a threat inside of this room.
There it comes.
3 threats, actually.
Yep. Here it fucking comes. Here it fucking comes. Yep.
And you hear, as you turn towards your 3 friends, Elliot say, this is an interesting byproduct of this ticking time bomb inside of you, Hosen. It has been waiting there for us to take advantage of for so long. And we appreciate you, Brandon, for delivering that to us. And then I think this is the right time to call it for the evening.
Your quality is very important to us. Please leave a message after the tone.
So that is that. We are going to call it there for the evening. Hosen has just been brought to the dark side.
Fucking great.
I have to call out that Smitty called this with his mind shield spell. And I'm very, very excited that did not succeed.
Yeah.
Smitty, you've seen this coming for like 6 episodes, haven't you?
You injected one of our players with a fucking goo, like you're coming for him.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Let's do some outros here.
God damn.
Rain, why don't we start out with you? Who are you? Where can we find you?
I want to keep playing for like 20 minutes.
I know, right?
Give me like 20 minutes. Let me get one action, boss.
I know, right?
Well,
I know exactly what mine would be. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I am Rain. You can find me on TikTok and on Instagram as Virgo_Rain, RAYNE, for all of my cosplay and mermaiding adventures.
Right. Let's kick it over to Smitty.
Hey, folks. Smitty. I'm in the Discord. What's up?
And moving over to Alex.
Hi, everybody. My name is Alex Aziva RPG. You can find me here every Tuesday playing Hosen. Actually, next week I'm taking off. Actually, Hosen's just gonna take a nap. Just gonna lie down,
straight chilling. I think that's
just
fine.
take a nap. I think that's what's gonna happen. No, hopefully not killing all my friends. That would be great. But it's been a pleasure.
Hell of an ending.
Yeah. See you all later.
All right, and then Jacob.
Wow. So a lot to think about. But as per usual, I'm Jacob Plick, Duval King Jacob, Twitter, Instagram, etc. On Wednesday, tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, you'll find me over on the That's How We Roll _ Twitch channel in our second episode of Misfits of Alstea, the wonderful campaign run by the lovely Hope Lavelle. So come hang out and check that out. It's going to be awesome. Super emotional damage over there too, typically. This coming Thursday, as we mentioned earlier, Arkansas University episode 4, right here on the Amphitheater, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And then Friday starts, for me at least, Games for Change weekend over on D&D Jordan Lee's channel. Y'all know her already, probably. But I'll be running a level 21 shot that I wrote about 6 months ago called The Vault of Creation. There will be dragons, and lots of them. And it might actually destroy the creation myth of my homebrew world, Yorohasu, which ties directly into Sunday night, episode 50. There's 50 episodes of Duval and Dragons. It's going to be a really cool celebration. Maybe the biggest storyline of the campaign is headed to resolution on Sunday. There will be blood. Can't wait. It's gonna be exciting. And even before that, I'll be playing in a game at 4 p.m. Eastern time over on the Jordan Lee's channel for Games for Change as well. Which leads me right back to next Tuesday, where Jose's gonna kill us. And God, I want to hug Smitty so much.
Wow, you're a busy dude.
I am.
All right, yeah. For me, you can find me at Philadelphia on Twitter and on the Discord as well. You can also find me here next Tuesday for the finale of Tal'dorei Fields of Wonder.
Fuck.
Let's say season 1.
Hey, maybe we don't know, man.
Who knows? We'll see. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. The other thing is tomorrow is International Women's Day. It's a pretty important holiday in my family. I think it should be a pretty important holiday in yours. Celebrate the women in your life, in whatever flavor they come. It's fucking important. How about an outro here, Jacob?
Sure. As we get ready to raid over to our dear friend of the show, Zilzaddy, who's playing some more Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, and one last thing I forgot to mention. You should totally nominate us and our emotional damage for a TTRPG Give Award, which you can find all the details about. That's not the right one. That is eventually going to be the right one when I know how to type. Correct. There we go. Great. Wonderful. Go me. And as per usual, we'd like to remind you of the following truths here on the Amphitheater, and that's the fact that Black Lives Matter. Stop AAPI hate. Trans rights are human rights. We'll go ahead and add an addendum here. Fuck Ron DeSantis, specifically, actually. Climate change is real. Read some motherfucking books. And when you have the opportunity to, make sure that you choose love and give yourself a hug sometimes, because it's fucking whack out here lately, especially. Goddamn. Anyway, that being said, we're gonna go say what's up to Zaddy and the fine folks over there. So we will see you back here on specifically Amphitheater related here on the Thursday, and all the other really cool places. And yeah, come hanging out with us on the Discord and stuff. Talk about whatever the fuck this show is. Anyway, thank you very much. See you next time. Say wait, bye, everybody.
Bye.
And